The lights dimmed in the studio as the audience erupted in applause. Jimmy Kimmel stood center stage, flashing his trademark grin. Before we begin, drop a comment where you're watching from. Tonight's episode was highly anticipated, with Brad Pitt as the featured guest. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement, but backstage whispers hinted at tension. Pitt had arrived earlier, his demeanor unusually reserved. Crew members noted his clipped responses during soundcheck, a stark contrast to his usual easygoing charm. As the show's intro music faded, Kimmel launched into his monologue, weaving jokes about current events. The crowd laughed on cue, but the energy shifted when Pitt's introduction played. The actor strode onto the stage, waving politely, though his smile didn't reach his eyes. He settled into the guest chair, adjusting his jacket with deliberate calm. Kimmel opened with a question about Pitt's latest film, a gritty drama generating Oscar buzz. Pitt answered thoughtfully, praising his collaborators. The conversation flowed smoothly until Kimmel veered off script. "So, Brad," he began, leaning in, "rumor is you've been spotted with a mystery co-star off set. Care to confirm?" The audience tittered, but Pitt's jaw tightened. He'd explicitly asked producers to avoid personal topics. "I'm here to talk about the film, Jimmy," he replied, his tone measured. Kimmel chuckled, misreading the tension as playful. "Come on, give us something juicy," he prodded. Pitt's gaze turned steely. "Respectfully, I'd rather discuss the work," he said, shifting in his seat. The audience quieted, sensing the shift. Kimmel, undeterred, pressed on. "All right, but fans want to know, how do you handle the paparazzi constantly digging into your life?" Pitt exhaled sharply. "By focusing on my craft," he countered. A producer's voice crackled in Kimmel's earpiece. "Stick to the movie." But the host, sensing ratings gold, doubled down. "Sure, but let's be real. Your love life's always headlines. Any truth to the latest tabloid story?" Pitt's hands clenched briefly. "I thought this was a professional interview," he said, voice low. The crowd murmured. Kimmel laughed nervously. "It is. Just keeping it light." Pitt leaned forward. "Then let's keep it about the film." Social media exploded as clips of the exchange spread. Arnest Pitt vs. Kimmel began trending. Backstage, producers panicked. "Cut to commercial," someone yelled. But the director hesitated. The drama was going viral in real time. On stage, Kimmel tried to pivot. "So, the movie's climax. How'd you prepare for that scene?" Pitt answered tersely, his patience fraying. When Kimmel quipped, "Bet it was easier than dodging TMZ," Pitt stood abruptly. "We're done here," he declared, unclipping his mic. The audience gasped. Kimmel's smile faltered. "Brad, come on." But Pitt was already walking off, tossing a final remark over his shoulder. "Respect your guests, Jimmy." The studio erupted in chaos. Crew members scrambled as Kimmel ad-libbed, "Well, that's live TV for you." The director finally cut to ads, but the damage was done. Twitter divided into Team Pitt, "Boundaries matter," and Team Kimmel, "He's too sensitive." Post-show, Pitt exited the studio without comment, his car swarmed by paparazzi. His publicist later released a statement. "Mr. Pitt appreciates fans' support and hopes the focus remains on his film." Meanwhile, Kimmel's team huddled in crisis mode. "Do we apologize?" a producer asked. Kimmel resisted. He knew what the show was, he muttered. But internal memos later revealed stricter guest guidelines. The fallout was immediate. Pitt's film saw a 30% surge in ticket sales, with analysts crediting the controversy. Talk shows debated media ethics, while comedians roasted Pitt's diva exit. Kimmel's next episode addressed it obliquely. "Some guests prefer scripted chats, and that's okay." But ratings spiked, proof the clash had captivated audiences. In the weeks that followed, Pitt avoided talk shows, granting only print interviews. "I've spent decades honing my craft," he told Vanity Fair. "I won't reduce it to clickbait." Kimmel's producers revamped pre-show briefings, emphasizing guest boundaries. The incident became a case study in media training courses. When star power clashes with showbiz expectations, nobody wins cleanly. Industry insiders speculated whether Pitt would ever return to late-night TV. His team hinted at preferring platforms, like podcasts or moderated Q&As. Meanwhile, Kimmel's show leaned into viral moments, but with a newfound caution. Lesson learned, a staffer admitted anonymously. Not every star wants to be part of the circus. Pitt's defiance resonated. Beyond Hollywood, mental health advocates applauded his boundary setting, while critics called it privileged behavior. The actor himself remained silent, letting his work speak. At the film's premiere, reporters shouted questions about Kimmel. Pitt smiled, waved, and said nothing. Behind the scenes, the talk show's staff replayed the incident endlessly. "We pushed too hard," admitted a segment producer. Kimmel, though publicly unapologetic, privately conceded missteps. His next A-list guest? A pre-taped, tightly vetted interview. Live TV's unpredictability had bitten back. The clash also sparked discourse about celebrity privacy. When does curiosity become exploitation? Opined a New York Times piece. Pitt's fans launched respect the work campaigns, while tabloids mocked Hollywood fragility. The actor's Oscar nomination later that year shifted focus back to his artistry, just as he'd wanted. Kimmel's show recovered, but the incident lingered in pop culture. Memes juxtaposed Pitt's exit with dramatic movie scenes. Comedians impersonated the showdown, but even satire couldn't erase the underlying truth. The rules of engagement between stars and media were changing. Pitt's next project, a director's passion film, was announced via a heartfelt essay. No press junket. "Some stories deserve more than sound bites," he wrote. Kimmel's team took note, inviting auteurs over tabloid fixtures. The industry was adapting, albeit slowly. Years later, the incident resurfaced in a documentary about media evolution. Pitt declined to participate, while Kimmel offered a reflective soundbite. Live TV's a high-wire act. Sometimes you fall. The film's takeaway? Authenticity clashes with entertainment, and neither side truly wins. Pitt's career soared post-walkout, his selective silence becoming a brand. Kimmel's show remained a staple, but with gentler guest treatments. The night's footage, though, lived on, a masterclass in miscommunication. Fan theories emerged. Was it staged? No. Did they reconcile? Unconfirmed. The truth was simpler. Two professionals, differing priorities, one unscripted moment. Hollywood's machine kept turning, but the cracks it revealed couldn't be unseen. The film Pitt promoted that night won awards, its themes of integrity mirroring his real-life stance. Kimmel's show, meanwhile, booked fewer big gets, but deeper conversations. A quiet revolution sparked by a mic drop. Podcasters dissected the clash for months. Pitt wasn't rude, he was revolutionary, argued one. Kimmel's job is to entertain, countered another. The debate raged, but Pitt, ever elusive, stayed above the fray. In a surprise twist, Kimmel's season finale featured a pre-taped message from Pitt, congratulating the crew. No mention of the past. Was it peace? PR? The ambiguity was classic Hollywood. The lesson? Stars now hold more power over their narratives. Pitt's walkout wasn't just an exit. It was a line in the sand, and the industry, ever hungry for drama, had to respect it. Today, the incident's legacy endures. Young actors cite Pitt's stance as inspiration. Hosts pre-screen questions rigorously. The night's chaos birthed a new playbook, one where respect trumps ratings. As for Pitt and Kimmel, they moved on, their paths crossing only in retrospectives. But that charged exchange remains etched in TV history, a reminder that even legends won't play by old rules.